Little Johnstons. The Johnstons faced derogatory SLRs during family outing on season 17. Trent and Amber Johnstons featured the challenges little people face every day on 7 Little Johnstons. Over the years, they have shared how much they struggled to find the things accessible to them. However, fans are shocked to see the harassment they had to face because of dwarfism. Trent and Amber joined the show to share their lives as a little couple and their children who were born with the same issues. They raised awareness of dwarfism on the show. The TLC stars gained widespread popularity through their family show. Fans across the world are watching the Johnston family and their unique antics, but they seem to still be facing discrimination and harassment in the outside world. What really happened? What is all this about? 7 Little Johnstons. Liz explains struggle of finding her bridal dress. Liz Johnston is bracing up to become a bride on 7 Little Johnston season 17. She chose to tie the knot with her partner Bryce on her parents' backyard. Trent and Amber have been busy preparing their backyard for the ceremony. Hence, Liz went out to do some dress shopping with her mom's sister and friends. She was looking for her dream wedding dress at the boutique. However, the reality TV star was struggling to find the ideal one due to the limited options. Amber shared how many little people struggle to find a dress of their choice. They have to either alter the dresses or buy them at huge prices. Emma faced the same struggles in finding the perfect gown for her high school dance in the previous season. Well, Liz was glad to finally find her dream dress and looked so happy about it. 7 Little Johnston. The Johnstons face unexpected challenges during family outing. Trent and Amber Johnston visited the county fair in Ohio for Alex's girlfriend Ally in the recent episode. They showed their support for her and Alex's pig show. However, the 7 Little Johnston stars faced some unexpected events after stepping out in public. The teaser showed Trent, Amber, and their kids, Liz, Alex, and Emma walking with Ally and her family at the carnival. Shockingly, a person shouted a derogatory slur. "Hey, look at them, y'all," as the family walked together. Alex admitted that he expected people to stare at them, take pictures, and whisper about them. They explained that it happens whenever they go on big outings. Hence, it hurts to see that people don't treat them like normal humans. The teaser showed people staring at the family and even recording them through their phones. Jonah also reflected on what it's like for the family to attend carnivals and festivals. He shared how people stop to ask for their names and even have the courage to get their pictures. Later, Trent expressed his frustration, saying they deserve to enjoy events like normal people do. He added, "And that's where you go back to, we're not looked at as humans. We're not. We're looked at objectively." 7 Little Johnstons fans also feel sad for the Johnston for going through all this. They understand how difficult it must be to be treated like that every time they step out in public. Keep coming back to TV season and spoilers for more updates on the Johnstons. 7 Little Johnstons derogatory slur shouted at family during fair outing. Exclusive clip. 7 Little Johnston star Alex Johnston and his girlfriend Ally Smith have been dating for several years, and recently he and his family spent time at a county fair in Ohio with her. Unfortunately, cameras caught a stranger shouting a derogatory slur at the Johnston family during the fair outing. Ahead of the Tuesday, March 31st episode of 7LJ, TLC shared an exclusive sneak peek of the tense moment with Parade. "Hey, look at the mung ts y'all." An underage boy shouted at the beginning of the clip as Amber Johnston, her daughter Emma Johnston, Alex Ally, and Allie's family members walked by carnival games, rides, and food booths. In a confessional with producers, Alex admitted, "Going to the fair, I kind of expected people to stare at us, to take pictures of us, like whisper about us. That's just to be expected whenever we go to a big outing like that. So, it's just what I expected," as footage of the Johnstons playing games and enjoying fair food played. Shots of fairgoers staring and recording them on their phones were also featured. Amber and Trent's son, Jonah Johnston, also reflected on what it's like for their family to attend festivals and theme parks. "People at the fair are going to stop. They're going to absorb for 5 seconds. If they have the courage, they'll come up and ask your name, things like that, or you get the pictures. It's something we've had to deal with since we were little kids." In old 7LJ footage, a much younger Liz Johnston confessed, "Yeah, It hurts our feelings really bad of people staring and making rude comments to her family in public. Why are they looking at us? What's wrong with me? TLC star shares exciting pregnancy news. TLC star Elizabeth Johnston is expecting her second child with husband Bryce Bowden on Tuesday. The 7 Little Johnston star, 24, revealed the news on Instagram. Baby B number 2 coming early fall. She wrote alongside a photo of the couple holding hands with their daughter, Leighton Drew Bowden. In the other hand, Johnston held her ultrasound photos. A second photo in the post showed Leighton by herself pushing a toy baby carriage around. The announcement comes more than 2 years after the couple welcomed their first child, Leighton. The couple's pregnancy announcement doesn't come as a complete surprise. Johnston had hinted at wanting more children during a June 2024 interview with People. I think one day when Leighton's a little older, maybe closer to school, I can convince him for us to just have one more, she told the outlet. One more try for a little person is what tell him. Just for us to try because we would definitely be stoked about having one average and one little someday. Johnston began dating Bowden, 25, in 2019. They married in November 2025 at the Johnston family home in Forsyth, Georgia. The new season of 7 Little Johnstons premieres Tuesday, March 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC. 7 Little Johnston Season 17 premiere date and trailer unveiled for TLC reality series. Get ready for more of 7 Little Johnston. Season 17 of the TLC reality series is set to arrive in March, and a trailer teasing what's next has been released. TLC shared the following about the upcoming season. 7 Little Johnstons why Anna is missing from Season 17. Missing from Season 17. But why? Let's take a closer look at why Amber and Trent Johnston's eldest daughter is missing in action on the TLC reality series. On Tuesday, March 17th, Season 17 of 7LJ premiered, but Anna was glaringly absent despite the family celebrating Father's Day and her sister Liz Johnston going wedding dress shopping. 7 Little Johnstons addressed why Anna was missing in Season 17. In the first half of Season 17, Episode 1, a producer asked Amber and Trent, "So, can you give us an update on what's going on with Anna?" Amber explained, "All of our children have the opportunity and the freedom to participate in the show, and the ones that have chosen to, as the sun rose over the Johnston family home in Forsyth, Georgia, a sense of anticipation filled the air." Liz Johnston was in her room, carefully examining the wedding dress she had chosen after days of searching. The soft morning light reflected off the sequins and delicate lace, and she ran her fingers along the fabric, imagining the day she would walk down the aisle to Bryce Bowden. Meanwhile, her parents, Trent and Amber Johnston, were busy in the backyard, arranging chairs and setting up floral decorations for the ceremony that would take place just steps from their home. The children, Emma, Alex, and Jonah, were helping where they could, moving tables, adjusting ribbons, and occasionally stopping to admire the intricate designs Amber had painstakingly coordinated. Outside, the neighborhood was waking up to a typical spring morning, the birds chirping, the air crisp, and the scent of freshly cut grass mingling with the aroma of breakfast cooking inside. Liz took a deep breath and smiled at her reflection, excited yet nervous about the big day approaching. She recalled the struggle she had faced in finding the perfect dress, remembering the countless boutiques she had visited, the limited options available to little people, and the hours spent altering the fabric to fit just right. Her mother, Amber, had been by her side through it all, offering support, guidance, and sometimes comic relief to lighten the tension. Today, however, everything was coming together, and the family's energy was focused on making this moment as memorable as possible. As Liz descended the stairs, she was greeted by her sister Emma, who handed her a small bouquet of flowers to carry. "You look amazing," Emma said, her eyes shining with excitement. Liz laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "I feel amazing, too," she replied. "It's finally happening." Down in the backyard, Trent was overseeing the placement of the arch under which Liz and Bryce would exchange vows. He called out instructions to the children, who scampered around carrying small lanterns and arranging petals along the aisle. The family was used to working together on projects, but today's task held a special significance, and each member felt the weight of the day's importance. Jonah paused for a moment, glancing around at his siblings and parents. "It's weird," he said, almost to himself. "All the people who watch us on TV don't see the hard stuff, the stuff that happens when we go out in public. Like the other day at the county fair." His voice trailed off, recalling the incident where a stranger had shouted a derogatory slur at the family. Liz nodded, understanding the frustration her brother felt. Public outings had never been easy, even with the fame that came from their reality show. People stared, whispered, and sometimes recorded them without permission, but the family had learned to move forward together, supporting each other through the scrutiny. Amber knelt down beside Jonah, placing a hand on his shoulder. "We can't let them take away our joy," she said firmly. "Today is about love, family, and celebrating each other. Nothing else matters." Outside the backyard, neighbors had begun to arrive, curious and excited for the private ceremony that would soon take place. Some had followed the family's journey on television for years, watching as Trent and Amber raised their children, navigated the challenges of dwarfism, and highlighted the everyday obstacles they faced. The community had come to admire the Johnstons not just for their television presence, but for their resilience, warmth, and commitment to one another. Alex and his girlfriend, Ally, were walking along the freshly raked path, setting up the small game stations for the younger children, making sure everything was ready for the guests' entertainment. They shared a quiet moment together, reflecting on the support they had received over the years from both family and fans alike. "It's crazy how people stare sometimes," Alex said softly. "Even at a place like this, people can't help but react. But I guess we've learned to focus on what matters." Ally squeezed his hand. "Exactly. Today is about celebrating Liz and Bryce. Everything else just fades into the background." Back inside the house, Liz was getting final touches done by her aunt and friends who had accompanied her to the boutique. The fitting had gone smoothly, but there were still small adjustments to ensure perfection. Liz's heart raced as she thought about walking down the aisle, the eyes of her family on her, and the moment she would commit herself to Bryce for life. The camera crew, quietly capturing every moment, respected the intimate atmosphere, understanding that today's footage was meant to tell a story of love, perseverance, and the triumph of the human spirit. Meanwhile, Trent checked the arrangements one final time, ensuring the floral arch was stable, the chairs were aligned, and that the walkway was free of any obstacles. Amber joined him with a clipboard, reviewing the timeline and checking off completed tasks. "Everything looks perfect," she said with a smile. "Now let's make sure it all runs smoothly." The Johnstons had faced countless obstacles over the years, from public harassment to challenges finding accessible clothing, and even navigating the complexities of a reality TV show. But moments like today reminded them why all the effort was worthwhile. They were a family united not just by blood, but by shared experiences, laughter, tears, and the unwavering love that had sustained them through every difficulty. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the family moved seamlessly. From preparation to anticipation, ready to witness one of the most significant events in their lives. The children, Liz, Emma, Alex, and Jonah, took turns helping with final touches, placing petals along the aisle, arranging decorative ribbons, and sharing quiet moments of reflection. Each of them understood the significance of the day and the joy that came from seeing a loved one step into a new chapter of life. The guests began to settle into their seats, the soft murmur of conversation mixing with the natural sounds of the backyard. The rustle of leaves in the breeze, the distant call of birds, and the occasional laughter of children playing nearby. Liz took a moment alone, stepping to the edge of the patio, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face and the cool breeze against her skin. She closed her eyes, letting herself breathe deeply, grounding herself in the moment. Memories of struggles, finding the perfect dress, dealing with public scrutiny, overcoming moments of frustration and pain, flooded her mind. Yet, she smiled, knowing that today was a triumph over all those challenges. Her mother's words echoed in her mind. Today is about love, family, and celebrating each other. Nothing else matters. As the ceremony time approached, Bryce arrived, greeted warmly by Trent and Amber, and shared quiet words of encouragement with Liz. The family stood together, united, a testament to resilience and love. Cameras captured the moments not just for television, but as a lasting memory for the family themselves. Every glance, every laugh, and every tear told a story that transcended the screen, a story of overcoming obstacles, embracing joy, and cherishing moments that matter most. Liz took Bryce's hand, looked around at her family, and felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude and happiness. The day, full of anticipation and emotion, was unfolding exactly as it should, a celebration of love, family, and the enduring human spirit. The music softly played in the background as the guests quieted, signaling that the ceremony was about to begin. Liz took a final glance at her reflection in the mirror, smoothing the folds of her gown and adjusting her veil. Bryce stood nearby, his expression a mixture of excitement and nervousness, mirroring Liz's own feelings. Trent and Amber exchanged a look, both silently acknowledging how far their family had come, from facing public scrutiny and harsh words to celebrating a day filled with joy, love, and togetherness. Emma and Jonah helped guide the younger guests to their seats, offering smiles and light conversation to ease any lingering tension. Alex and Ally took positions at the edge of the backyard, ready to assist with any unexpected needs, ensuring that everything ran smoothly. As the ceremony began, the air was filled with anticipation. Liz's parents escorted her to the aisle, each step resonating with the significance of the moment. Guests watched in admiration as the little family navigated the space with elegance and grace, their presence commanding respect and warmth. The children looked on with pride, witnessing the union of their sister with her chosen partner. In that moment, the years of shared challenges, the public stays, whispered comments, and instances of harassment seemed to fade into the background, replaced by a sense of accomplishment and happiness. Trent quietly whispered to Amber, "Look at them. We've come so far." Amber nodded, a tear escaping the corner of her eye as she smiled at Liz's radiant expression. The officiant began the ceremony with gentle words about love, family, and commitment. Liz and Bryce exchanged glances, their hands entwined, their hearts beating in unison. Vows were recited with sincerity, each word a testament to their devotion and to the support of their family who had guided and nurtured them throughout life. Liz's voice trembled slightly as she spoke, but Bryce's calm and steady gaze reassured her. Around them, the family and friends were fully present, understanding the depth of the moment, celebrating not just the union of two individuals but the strength of an entire family that had overcome obstacles together. After the vows were exchanged and the rings placed, the officiant pronounced them married. Liz and Bryce shared a kiss, and cheers erupted from the gathered guests. Laughter, applause, and happy tears filled the backyard, echoing off the walls of the home and carrying the warmth of love and family unity. The children rushed forward, hugging their sister, giggling and sharing in the joy of the day. Trent and Amber embraced one another, proud of their children, proud of the love that had been nurtured and celebrated today. Following the ceremony, the family gathered for photos, capturing moments that would last a lifetime. Every smile, every hug, every expression of joy was documented, not just for television or social media, but for the family's own memories. Liz twirled in her dress, laughing as Bryce spun her around, the camera capturing the movement and the sheer happiness radiating from both of them. Guests joined in, posing with the family, celebrating their shared history and the beautiful future that lay ahead. Later, the reception began, set up in the backyard with tables adorned with flowers, ribbons, and candles. Guests mingled, children played games, and the family shared meals, stories, and laughter. The Johnstons, ever aware of the challenges that little people face in the world, took moments to reflect on their journey, how society's stays, whispers, and occasional cruelty had not defined them. Amber spoke with other parents about accessibility issues, the importance of inclusivity, and how even small gestures could make a big difference in the lives of little people. Trent shared anecdotes with friends and neighbors, highlighting how love and family support had always been their shield against negativity and judgment. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the backyard, Liz and Bryce took a quiet walk around the perimeter of the ceremony space. They held hands, reflecting on the day, the journey that had led them here, and the future they would build together. Liz shared her excitement about starting a family, revealing to Bryce her hopes and dreams for the next chapter of their lives. Bryce listened attentively, offering words of encouragement and promises to support every endeavor. The moment was intimate, a brief escape from the bustling celebration, a chance for the couple to connect and